Right. So.
Alec, what do you call a dog that herds the zombies? A Zephyrd. Chad, we're gonna need to have words. But hello, Wilson Littlebox. How you doing, mate? Wow, Mr. Altrius, thank you ever so much for that whomping great gift sub there. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. Does your belly wobble like a bowl full of jelly, Altrius? Do you have a big white beard? Inquiring minds must know.
There's potato and corn, so I need lots of potato and corn.
I'm working on it. That is probably the most honest and amusingly accurate answer I think anyone could give to that. It's like, well, if it isn't there yet, it's gonna be. Okay, so a follow-up question along the lines of for those who are decorating, have you already done it yet? For those who do celebrate Christmas, what plans do you have? Now, I'm genuinely interested in this one. What plans have you got for the celebration of Christmas? Are you going to be able to spend it with family, etc., or are you going to have a bit of a quiet one this year? Because I know a lot of my friends who are big into Christmas that have elected to have quite subdued affairs this year, which I think was very, very well, no, it's not just wise, but it was very good of them, because they've waited the whole year for this. This is like their favorite time, but they've still chosen to downplay or do barely anything at all, other than maybe have a nice dinner themselves, but not the whole family affair thing. It's both sad to hear, but also without trying to sound condescending, kind of proud of them at the same time. Only plans are a tradition my mum started. A quiet bowl of oatmeal before opening presents. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Where did that one come from? My first Christmas present will be the booster shot on Wednesday, says Leafin. Oh, what day is it today? My booster will be on Thursday.
I'm just beating Leafin.
I am very, very much looking forward to it. No, I mean,
yours is close. You think yours is close to Christmas? Mine's even close to Christmas.
Well, oh yeah, I suppose so. In that sense, I was going to say he's getting it first though, so he's already won the race. But if this is like some sort of I don't know, what's that game with the ice and the brooms? Curling. If there's some sort of curling kind of scenario, and we've got to get it as close to the day as possible, then yes, I suppose I am getting a little bit closer. I have high hopes that I won't suffer, because I basically had no symptoms for either of my shots, except for a bit of tiredness the second time. Like I was tired, but that honestly could have easily just been stress from everything else, frankly. The amount of times that I actually take out to properly sleep are few and far between. Eventually, it does catch up. But even when I had COVID right at the beginning, I had no symptoms. If it weren't for the fact that Sheilab had very strong symptoms, I would not even have realized I was ill with anything.
I think what I can make us to eat here. A lot of corn. Gonna make us some corn on the cob. But yeah, meat would be the ideal thing there, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Right, I've started down the lockpick tree.
We haven't got any mushroom spores yet, have we?
No, I think we do.
We do. So
Mm-hmm.
if I made like an underground thing. No, I'm not seeing any in the chest.
And Tropic Radar, did you say something about coffee? Moderation will yell at you if you use the word coffee. Yes. I was in hospital with COVID. You all be safe. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Jenna Walker. Actually, no, you'd already mentioned that. I was aware of it, yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
Have you been again? And have extra to keep the nightmares away. Smexy Vampire, baby, this is not the best game. I'm gonna be honest. Though, to be fair, we've just gotten past the Horde night, so, you know, significantly less nightmares than might have existed then, but... Avak asked about family tradition. It's a shame that I can't spend Christmas with my family. Well, since I moved away from Wales, you know, it's something that happens every couple of years, really. But... there we go.
Let's boil up these waters.
What is my food state? My food is garbage. I continue to eat then. I couldn't ask her without a sentence, but I can only assume it's so she could have the cuppa before me and my sister ruined any semblance of peace. You know what? That's quite possibly true, but also kind of cute. Haha! I will distract the children's. The younglings will never suspect my cunning ruse. This is tradition.
Yes, this is what we do.
Children, let us play a game. It's called Be Very Quiet, so Mum can have a drink. That's basically what happened there. And I think that is glorious. Unfortunately, I might not be able to get the booster shot, says Amarithnia. Because they're only offering the mRNA ones, and I can't take those due to the heart risk. I have extra risk, which is why I had to take the AstraZeneca. If they do allow AZ for the booster as well, then I'll be able to get it. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
Mm.
That right there, though, is one of the chief... How should I phrase this? It's one of my chief frustrations with people who boil the choice down to individual consequence. It's like, I'm okay with the consequence. If I get sick, I get sick. Whatever. It's like, not everyone is...
has the same risk.
Yeah. You're part of a herd, whether you like that fact or not. Your actions have consequences for the whole herd. And it's been an especially keen point of contention with me for my friends who are have quite strong socialist policies in other regards. That feel like, you know, the idea of a social healthcare system or social support for those who can't work, you know, universal basic income, that sort of thing. But then with this, that kind of goes out the window, and it's like... It just feels like it's all well and good when there is no direct personal consequence, but the moment there is, it's like those lofty ideals go out the window, and it's like, that doesn't sit right with me, to be honest.
Mm.
I mean, if you had really strong opinions, and you know you didn't believe any of these sorts of things, it would. Oh, well, I still wouldn't necessarily agree with it myself. I would have a divergent opinion, but I would be able to accept that this was just your opinion, and all right, you know, I'm not gonna try to convince them otherwise, one way or other. But it does smack a little bit of like, well, so you expect other people to, rally to the cause in one way, but in this way, you're not as okay with that. Where is the difference? Why? Again, it's one of these things that I avoid engaging in discussions because it's such a
contentious thing, isn't it? It's
contentious issue. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, if they've made their decision, it's not my place to tell them to do something else. It is their body. But it does have an impact. The consequence is how I regard their other opinions and stances. Level 3 sledgehammer, would you like, Sheelab?
I would love.
Okay. Do you have any other jobs? I have no work at this time. Oh, okay, fair enough. Wow, have I gotten through all of your jobs, Jen? It's kind of crazy. Yeah, COVID has ruined the phrase avoided like the plague. Yeah, because now we know. It has been long enough since the last time that we had a big plague that we'd forgotten how all of that worked. And it was very easy to imagine that when someone realized, aha, there's a plague afoot. Okay, everyone avoid things that would cause the plague to spread. Our innocent, childlike imaginings have now been thoroughly dispelled.
Right, Avak. We need
Right, Sheila.
meat.
Okay, 12 meat going in there right now. And an egg.
Yay! Thank you. I can make some
You're welcome.
stews. Oh, it's this one probably. What was it? Fat, corn, potato, meat. I think that's it. I'm missing something.
Oh no, I completely agree with the whole thing of you're trusting science with your biology, but you're doing that anyway. It's one of these things where, yeah, no, I actually do completely understand it. It's one of the things that I said a lot right at the beginning is that I was genuinely concerned. It's like, wow, these things are getting through really fast. Like these vaccines are being approved super quickly. Now that either implies that the normal checks and balances we have are overzealous, and a lot of stuff could go or could be pushed through validation and testing a lot faster than they usually are, in which case it's kind of illustrated a failing of bureaucracy. Or some of those important checks and balances are not being checked and balanced. Either one is a bad scenario to find ourselves in, frankly.
Yeah.
It is really not a simple... Oh, there already was a level 3 iron sledgehammer in there. I could have gone 3 medkits instead of that, you scallywag.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I
That's
did
okay.
not realize.
It's all right. In the weapon chest.
I'm a muppet. Thank you.
That's all right. I was fairly certain I'd gotten you one of those before, yeah. There's a
such
level 6 pipe shotgun in here. Wow, okay.
Yeah, we've actually got 2 of those. I've got one in my inventory. Needs a bit of a repair, but you know.
Okay, we're gonna need some sorting out of equipment, I think. Quite badly, in fact. That should be something that happens soon. But I'm off to grab some more wood to continue the repair of the horde base whilst the workshop works on generating a bunch of cobble.
Yeah, I put some more cobble on as well for you.
Well, there's kind of the easiest way to put it is I'm trying to be aware of all of the ramifications, all of the consequences for a lot of stuff. For example, I feel as confident as I can be in the vaccine, and I generally feel that the risks outweigh. The
Benefits outweigh the
potential
risk.
positives, the benefits outweigh the risks. Yeah, thank you. Now this is obviously for me. Now, as I've already mentioned, I suffered extremely mild effects from COVID. And I suffered virtually no effects from either vaccine shot.
Right, Avak, I can...
Whether this is going to have a long-term effect on me, who knows? I guess we'll find out. But, you know, I know straight up alcohol has a bad effect on me. I know straight up there are some foods that I greatly enjoy the consumption of that are not even mildly, but are straight up toxic. I still eat them because I enjoy them, and if I'm willing to make those sorts of choices, I don't feel personally comfortable saying, but you know, I don't know what the negative effects might be of this vaccine. I'd best err on the side of caution. It's like, if I'm not being cautious about other stuff, I don't feel that I've got a very strong argument about being cautious about that. Nevertheless, I wouldn't expect other people to have to follow my example. It's their body, like I said.
Right, sorry to
What were you saying,
interrupt you,
Sheila?
Avak, but would you like a second robotic sledge? Because I've got that as a quest reward potential.
Yes, because at the high enough level, I will be able
To use that. Okay, I will pick it up for
use two of them
you.
at the same time. Thank you. But as much as I feel
We always need someone to handle the tough
that
Oh,
my herd responsibility is to take every reasonable risk, and every like manageable risk that would make the world safer for those who can't afford to take those risks. There's lots of stuff that I look at and I'm like, I'm not sure that we should really be going in this direction. For example, the passports. It's like, yeah, you know, this feels very much like one of these things where if anyone had tried to say that you can have a two-class system of the haves and have-nots as overtly as this, you know, basically you've got to have your passport that says that you're a first-class citizen, and anyone who doesn't have the vaccine you're now a second-class citizen and can't go into certain things. It's like that's one step shy of an apartheid. That's one step away from having different sinks for people. As much as I personally feel there's a lot of good coming out of taking the vaccine, I'm not comfortable with the idea of creating a society in which those who elect not to, you know, it's like you can have this choice, but the consequences are going to be so dire for you not to choose the thing we want you to choose. It's like, oof. I know, Altrius. I'm the one doing it. Are you under the impression I'm not aware of the words that I'm speaking? I'm grown up. At least that's what my ID says.
Let's get some food on the go here.
Seems like a dangerous path. I'll decide what dangers I'm willing to face, Altrius. If you don't like it, though, you can scuttle off. It's perfectly fine. You don't need to be here. You don't need to take part in the conversation either. But don't tell me what conversations I'm allowed to have on my own stream. You scallywag. That sledge is actually better than the one I had.
Oh, well, that's
Right,
good.
I've got
At
enough
least,
wood now that I can go
you've got
and
an upgrade from it.
those.
I shared a quest with you, so you should be able to pick that up when you've got a minute.
Yeah, I did see it come through. I'll grab it now. Thank you.
Obviously, we don't have to do it right away. We can get on with the other bits and pieces, but I just figured have
But
it
that
there
is
ready.
kind of an interesting thing for Altries to say, considering the topic that we were discussing. The idea that if something isn't something you would like to do or would be willing to discuss, and therefore no one else should discuss it because it makes you uncomfortable that they're engaging in that topic. It's like, no. You've got every right not to take part in the conversation. I would never force you to discuss something you didn't want to. But that's not the same as you getting to dictate what I feel comfortable discussing. I think the worry of getting into a contentious topic and perhaps being exposed to people's opinions that you don't like is part of the reason why some discussions that I think need to happen haven't been happening. Oh, there is a screamer for the first time.
Ooh. You're going to try and sneakily get it, or are you going to try and get the horde to come?
Balls.
Oh, she screamed. Okay.
Yeah.
Coming out.
There we go. I'm not sure if she actually screamed and summoned a horde, or just turned to the source of the gunfire.
No, I definitely heard a scream. She went.
Yeah, but that's because I shot and missed her head, but I didn't hit her, so it's a little bit of a tricky one. But it is definitely one of these things. I think there is a very strong aversion to engaging with certain topics, and it's kind of, to me, the same as voter fatigue. It's worrying when certain important conversations don't happen because people are just tired of them.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really big problem, actually. Something that I've mentioned before when it's come time to vote. I've stressed, and I really deeply believe that it doesn't matter what you vote for, but vote for something. Even if you just turn up at the polling station and submit an empty card. Using that voice is really important. And the more important the topic, the more important it is to take part in that, even if it is an uncomfortable one.
Like a rifle with a scope or something. There's a chicken on the road, and I'm like, I should get it. You can have some meat.
Yeah, no, exactly, Altrius. I didn't know the term voter fatigue, but yeah, that's probably why we're where we are politically. We're tired of the fight. Yeah, no, that happens a lot. That happens a lot, actually, and it's kind of worrying, really, because that's when some of the more
things get snuck in, don't they? Like,
yes, very much so. No, I want this one to be an advanced one. I kind of want it to mirror the other side, if I can. This one will do. Tonk. That should be a path. Okay, I'm fairly content with the current state of the horde base, I would say.
Fantastic.
Just need to add in a few more blocks and then we're done. But I would like to further reinforce it, or considerably reinforce it for the next horde night. I need to get my proper bearings on how the horde are going to attack the base in the future. I'm still kind of off on that. I need to really, really work to get that in. To get that all lined up properly, squared off, etc. Right, let's improve you. And right, we're taking this one away, and sadly, I'm gonna have to pull this down. Oh, my lord. It's gonna take forever. This is a great conversation to be having while watching a game about what happens when COVID gets out of hand in Torrington. Wow. Wow.
Gee, any of those stews done because I could really.
And that is behind bars, it's true.
With some food.
Is this what happens when you misclick with obsidian in Minecraft? Yes, pretty much. My plan changed after I'd placed it down. But as much as what I've said up to now might gall some, especially if you have a very different opinion in regards to vaccines and personal. Let me just check. I need to move that a little bit. And the personal responsibility and stuff like that. I try very, very hard to ensure that... Oh, how should I put this? There is no wrong answer to this. Everyone is just making the best decision that they can with the information that they have to hand. I really firmly do not believe that anyone is just out there like twiddling their wax mustache, making knowingly bad choices just to mess with people. We're all just doing the best we can with the information we have. And
yeah, like a lot of people just distrust, and then they make other people distrust.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if they genuinely believe that XYZ is
going to hurt someone,
someone, they're just doing their best to keep people safe. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, hello. Got another screamer already. Wow.
Oh.
I try very hard to remember that there is no one intentionally messing with... or at least as far as I'm aware. No one's going out of their way to... Or I'd like to believe that no one's going out of their way just to make things worse in an already bad situation. And I think some people don't believe that. And I think that's where a lot of the contention comes from. And it's, you know, again, it's something I can understand, especially if someone is worried for the safety of their family and consider that, oh, wow, okay. Consider that the choices of one person might negatively impact the safety of their family. You know, it's an understandable situation, but I don't believe it's happening that way. And I take some heart from that belief. Okay, well, this screamer has delivered a bunch of EXP to me at the horde base. Oh, balls.
Hey, we're starting to get a cool-looking basement down here. Do you need any help with the screamer?
Oh, no. The scream's already dead. I'm just dealing with the EXP horde now.
That's what I mean. Do you need any help with the EXP horde?
No. Right now I'm doing okay.
It's quite handy to like have the horde base there for that, isn't it? Like it's actually quite good to test it.
Ah, balls. I did the thing that I told you not to do.
What?
And I just stood at the front and waited for a zombie to try and take a leap at me. Like a numpty.
Hey, you guys. Hey. I'm over here. Thought I'd try and draw them away from the walls a bit for you. Hello.
I think they're very interested in the wolves right now. Yay, level 20.
Oops. Come on.
Balls.
You know you like me.
Ah, killed her on the way down. Perfect. Have you got everything?
There's still one down here. He's coming up to you. I think, yeah. There you go.
There we go.
That was super fun. There's some cooked stews now.
Oh, brilliant, because I am actually hungry, so I'll go
Yeah,
and grab that.
yeah.
Okay, well, the base is more or less in a state of good repair.
Cool.
Need to add a couple more spikes and such, but overall it's good.
Need to repair my fire axe and then get some more wood chopped because we are really
That is
low
actually a really solid suggestion, taking down the torches between Horde Nights, yeah. Because all it does is add to the heat map. It doesn't matter on Horde Night because we're going to get a Horde at the base regardless, but taking them down outside of that will reduce the amount of heat that the Horde base is generating. And the main base too. Really good suggestion there. Thank you very much, chat.
I do enjoy the way zombies ragdoll as you whack their heads off, yes. It's a really satisfying game in that regard, isn't it? You feel like very accomplished as you're taking the zombies out.
Yeah.
There's some good trees. I find with the trees, it can be hard to know which ones are going to be a 1200 just from the look of them anymore. You get some thin trees that are like 1200s. And some fat ones that are like
I think it's
600s.
basically how old the tree is, how long
Yeah,
it's had to
I know,
grow.
but it's like, it's quite hard to like try and second guess it, you know?
Yeah. Alright, there we go. Should I go ahead and... you know what? Sure. I will make all the spikes we need as well. $36 will go a good way to finishing that off. But then, I think we're going to be in a good enough position to start going out for some quests on the following days.
Nice, yeah. I want to spend probably...
Under that base, yes, Leafin. Not under this one, though.
Did you want to do the tea break overnight?
Yeah.
If I spend a bit of time doing the basement.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome. So how far away is that supply drop? Oh, super far away and over massive hills. Okay, we'll get that in the morning.
Yeah, I had considered going for that supply drop, but then turned away from it in the end.
Oh, there's a stump there. Let's grab that just in case it has honey. It did not. It's always worth a look. Yeah, unfortunately, this base isn't going to look very different this stream. It's going to be a lot about the what's underneath it rather than
Yeah, but that's fine though.
making it look good for me.
Heck, remember the Alpha 18 Let's Play we did?
Yeah.
I must have spent like 3 or 4 episodes just digging the farms.
Yeah, that's true. It does mean I can get a few more frames in. Got some wood now.
Did I miss the Horde Night at the start of the screen? Yes, you did, yep. But we did well. Insofar that neither one of us died.
We did not die. Woo!
We have reinforced the horde base a fair bit as well.
Now digging the basement proper, you're going to be getting loads of stone, which will be quite nice.
Ah, good. You've hit the stone layer. Excellent news. There we go. There's a decent amount of components there. Let's bring the bike in.
So
All right.
Get a little mushroom farm or something down here. That'd be awesome.
How good are spikes really? Pretty good at slowing the zombies down and dealing a decent amount of damage. They will cripple zombies fairly aggressively. Take care of the old northerner. Have a good one. I mean, the zombies won't usually spawn in the base. It's just that at Horde Night they always will. Like, because they no longer respect land claim box. So that is going to be a problem that we're going to be faced with, really. And there's very little we're going to be able to do about it.
Well, what we might want to do then is put a ramp inside so that they can just walk out.
Yeah, that would actually work quite well.
I will sort that out before next time.
Gosh darn it. Okay, fine. And I still missed. Ugh. There we go. You have a good one, mate. Oh, well, hello. Hello, bear. Sheelab.
What? Bear?
There's a bear between me and the base right now. I will anger it. Got my bike on me? I do.
So
Good.
I try and shoot it from the top of the base.
I'm going to run straight across its path. It will notice me, most likely. It didn't. Okay, fair enough.
Stupid bear. No, it's kind of on its way. A little bit. Now it is.
I bet it is very much on its way now. Oh, great. And we got a horde of zombies as well. I'll take the zombies. You take the bear. Crap.
I'm here, bear.
You haven't really reinforced the chipboard on the back of the base, have you?
Not too much, no.
Really noted. They're inside. Coming upstairs. Okay, watch out, Sheelab. They are coming up the stairs right now.
Oh, dear.
This is going to be a bit of a tricky one now.
How am I out of stamina? Shoot.
Okay. Repositioning. I'll draw them out.
Oh, my goodness
Shot her in
me.
the back. It's okay.
Oh,
It's okay.
crikey.
Okay. You just keep running. It's okay. Do what you need to. If you get out front, then my sledge turret will try and help. Bandage up if you need to.
Oh gosh.
It's okay.
I am
It's
so
okay.
broken.
It's
I'm
alright.
infected. Wow.
Alright, we
How
got
did I get so messed
meds.
up?
Because you got ganged up on by nighttime
Dead.
zombies.
I'm dead.
You're
My
dead?
first death. Yeah, that's my first death. I had a broken leg and all sorts. I just don't know how I quite got so messed up from such a simple thing. But never mind.
Well, what happened, in a nutshell, is that the bear got activated.
Mm-hmm.
And the noise you were making activated all of the zombies around.
Yeah.
And because the back of the house was not in any way protected, they got inside and then got on the roof. The whole
I'm
thing
sorry,
with the base
I'd
is
been trying to work on things and
that's okay.
split myself to spread myself too thin, I think. Oh gosh, that bear's still alive.
That it is.
Get off me, bear.
You're running towards a zombie dog.
Oh yay. Yikes, what's that? It's not even Hornet, I know. There's a bear and there's zombies and it's nighttime and it's super
Don't
fun.
feel too disheartened, Sheila. It was a difficult fight.
Yeah.
And it was just a bad combination of things.
Yeah, I didn't realise that there was so many.
It's dead.
Nice. I didn't realise
No,
there
the
were so
moment
many
they got
zombies
inside-
about.
Yeah, you've done a really, really great job on making the base look nice, but the external was just chipboard.
Yeah, and I've been wanting to sort of update it and things, and then trying to do things on the horde base as well. So I haven't had a chance to really get to it properly. It's taking so much wood.
Yeah,
But
it would only
I
take-
will get to it, you know.
Yeah,
I will.
just a little bit of wood to upgrade it from chipboard to regular, instead of like the ramps outside and things like that.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to upgrade the entire thing. That's one of the things that.
Yeah, just the first 2 layers really.
Even then, only one of those first 2 layers, because it'll require them to
Yeah.
dig through ideally the middle of the layers. We've lost our door
Whereabouts
as
in
well.
the
now.
fence did they get through then?
What do you mean?
I'm not
whereabouts in the
seeing a
fence? It's the same
hole-
place they always do. Here. Every time they've gotten through, this has been the exact spot they've gotten through.
Oh right, okay, so that needs a really good upgrade. Okay, cool.
Yep. I don't have any wood on me right now to repair, but we do now need to build a couple of things, unfortunately. I do
We'll
have the
start repairing
blocks
that
to repair,
fence.
though. I do have frames, so I'm going to pop down some frames to replace the structure, the inner structure of the house.
Mhm.
Oh, you've already done it. Well done. Other than that, if I give you the frames, do you make the
I have
fences
frames.
out of
I've got
frames?
loads of frames.
Cool. Okay, well that's excellent then. For the most part, then we should be safe inside. We
And
just
I-
don't have a door.
Can actually do a bit of upgrading as well. I just
Paul,
literally
will
went
the
and got a
Horde
load
Knight
of
kill
wood.
them? Answer, nope, not a chance. But the night after, well, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was never going to be that I wouldn't die the whole way through because, you know, you're always going to make a mistake somewhere, but it is a shame.
On the plus side, though, that has now freed you in a sense.
Yeah,
Because you no longer have to worry about the fact that
I might die and it might
the
be.
idea of dying, yeah.
Yeah.
It's in many ways a very freeing situation to find yourself in. It's like, okay, well, now I don't need to worry about this anymore. Right, I'm going to break down the 30 frames I've got into just wood so I can replace the door at the front. And then I'm going to go on a tea break, chat. This is going to be your opportunity to slip away. Go on a buy break, grab yourself a drink, etc., etc., etc.